Tonight, I tackle a man out a window, I get flung around, and I smoke a cigarette with a pig. Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Tonight we will be getting the platinum for Telltales. The Wolf Among Us, there is 36 trophies required. Most of the trophies are earned by completing the game, and the last few are got by going back and making alternate choices. It's a very straightforward platinum to get, but also very enjoyable. If you like the video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. We begin our story as Sheriff Bigby Wolf, aka the Big Bad Wolf. Yes, the same wolf which bullied the three little pigs. In this world, all fables and children's stories are all real. So Bigby Wolf is the sheriff, and we have been called out by Kermit the Frog here to investigate a noise complaint. Once upstairs, we bump into our old pal the woodsman, and as you can see, he's been drinking a few Stella and smacks this woman, so we do our job and intervene. Obviously, he isn't a fan of me, and we start throwing hands. Swear it's a Telltale thing, where you start fighting 20 seconds into every game. Woody here isn't a fan of fighting fair, so he lifts her axe and tries to split us in two like a log. But we disarm him, and decide to give him a free trip to the dentist's. But this isn't enough for our old pal, so we tackle him out the window. Of course, we just had to wake up here. Honestly, has this joke not been run into the ground by now? Once we wake up though, we aren't in Skyrim. We are in fact getting choked to death until we get saved by a prostitute. Not the weirdest thing to happen. But yeah, we then give her some money, so she doesn't show up empty-handed to her cough employer. She leaves, and we get our first trophy. We then head back home for the night, but just as we are about to go inside, we find Beauty sneaking out, so we take one for the team, and promise not to tell Beast, because I'm no snitch. Obviously, we see Beast like 2 seconds later, and he asks if we know where she is. But we lie. I then enter my apartment to see that your mum still hasn't left.
Pow!
No, I'm joking. This is Colin the pig. We blew his house down, so he stays with me and we smoke together. And finally, we give him some whiskey to shut him up. Snow White then shows up at my door and tells me to follow her. So we take the elevator down and back out the front, and this gets us another trophy. Once out the front of the office, we remove the jacket and find Faith, the prostitute from earlier, has been decapitated. R.I.P. After that quick cry, we find her ribbon has been stuffed in her mouth along with a ring. Cut to the next day, we get a trophy, and then have a meeting with Crane and Snow White. These two start arguing, but before I can tell Crane to shut up, he leaves. We also meet the Magic Mirror and Buffkin, a flying alcoholic. After a little investigation, we find out that Faith's ring belonged to Prince Lawrence, and she is in fact known as the Donkey Girl. I've no idea either. But Toad rings me up again and says someone is stealing from the woodsman, so we rush over there with Snow and get another trophy. Once there, we see someone in the woodsman's room, but he's too quick and gets away. We then ask Toad what happened, but he starts saying he didn't mean to phone us, blah blah, he's hiding something. So after talking to him for a little bit, he turns around, and we see that he's bleeding, and he finally comes clean and admits that Tweedledee stole from the woodsman and attacked Toad, because Toad has Donkey Girl's coat. We then leave and head to Prince Lawrence's, as he and Faith were married, but because nothing is simple, we get there, and he has been shot and dies shortly after. We then search for clues, but find Tweedle Fathead as he sprints away. He then tries to get away, but he is built like a beanbag, so we catch up to him, and for the second time this video, we tackle someone out a window.
You thinking what I'm thinking, partner? Aim for the bushes.
Obviously, like any good cop, we have to hit this guy for making us chase him, but karma doesn't wait too long to get us back. Oh, for fuck's sake, not back here again. So this time we actually do wake up and tell Snow we are heading over to a pub to find the woodsman. This gets us another trophy. Snow then decides she doesn't fancy going to the pub anymore, so it looks like we are doing this one solo. Once inside, we are immediately told we aren't welcome and told that the woodsman is not here, which is pretty funny because he just happens to walk out of the bathroom. Nice try, guys. We then try have a conversation with Woody, but his boyfriend starts yapping in my ear, so we hit him with a quick jab before he turns into an albino-looking troll. Oh, and the owner is a troll as well. So I then start getting my ass kicked up and down this pub. Like I really am getting my ass kicked, but eventually Bigby has enough, and then turns into his half-wolf form, and hit this guy with the Uno reverse, and start kicking him up and down the pub quite literally. I then nearly rip this guy's arm off, and I follow that up by nearly breaking his leg. Once we finish with that Tweedle pain in my ass, enters the bar looking for information, so we arrest him and let Woody go. On our way back to the business office, we see police swarming the area, and once we investigate further, we find Snow White has been decapitated. This gets us another trophy. We then cut to me getting interviewed by the actual police, and yeah, they have no idea trolls and werewolves exist, so that's why we keep our mouth shut. Until Crane uses a spell which makes them forget everything, so he actually done something useful for once, and he gives me a lift back to the flat, so that's 2 times. Crane has been useful. Once back at the flats, I get another trophy. So yeah, we have Tweedle needs to button his shirt up tied up in the basement, and I can tell you right now I don't believe in good cop, bad cop, I believe in bad cop, and even worse cop. So we open our questioning with our fists, obviously. We then steal his money and decide to smoke his cigar. If only we had somewhere to put it out. Oh, and we smash some wine on his face before Crane gets on my last nerve and I go to hit him. But then Snow White appears. So yay, turns out she wasn't dead and someone was disguised as her. It's the whole magic thing. But we get another trophy. We then talk with Kermit and Kermit Jr. and he tells us about how he found the body of the Snow White impersonator. So after recovering the body, we go do our detective skills and find out she was Holly's sister Lily, you know, the angry troll lady from the bar. So Snow and myself then head over, no pun intended, to break the news to Holly. Once inside, the angry troll lady is more like the depressed troll lady. So after I use my max level speech, she tells me her sister worked at a strip club. So I head over there to ask a few questions and get another trophy. So after another taxi ride, we arrive outside the club. I mean, I don't know who's paying to see a troll on a pole, but they need their head examined. Once inside, we meet this nice gentleman, Georgie, and after seconds of conversation, I already despise him, so he doesn't give us any information. So we do what any good cop would do, and that's destroy his business, and also hit him the odd time for fun. Enjoy this short montage of me wrecking the place.
Don't do it to me. I beg you. No.
Eventually, though, he gives us the information. See, kids' violence is always the answer. And this leads us to the back from where we interview one of the working girls. She then tells us what hotel Lily was meeting this mystery man at. So we start to head over there and get another trophy. We then arrive at this hotel and are greeted by Beauty, who just happens to work the front desk. So she leads me up to the room and we get another trophy. Just before we can enter the room, Beast shows up and immediately gets the wrong idea. I mean, I would, but never on the job. So yeah, we start throwing hands, and this leads to me tackling Beast through the door. So worked out in the end. Once inside, we find out that this is where Lily was murdered, so that's fun. After a small investigation, we find multiple signs that whoever brought Lily here used glamours to make her look like Snow White. They then recreated her story and then killed her. We then find photos of someone being a dirty little freak taking photos of me and Snow White. I wonder who would do such a thing. Oh, it's that slimy wee creep Crane. Oh, and it just turns out he's watching me through the magic mirror because stalking people is just what he's good at. He breaks the mirror and gets us another trophy. So we cut back to Bigby, who's just slightly pissed off at the moment, which is understandable. Oh, and we get another trophy. We then meet Snow White, who is at Lily's funeral, and we break the news to her that her boss is a dirty nonce. Speaking of nonces, just as I'm alone, Tweedle obese, and his brother Tweedle too much blood pressure show up and hold me at gunpoint. So yay, Holly goes back to being the angry troll lady, and her buddy the Michelin Man shows up. But Holly is no match for a shotgun, so after a brief scuffle, we all end up getting shot sort of as a group bonding session. This gets us another trophy. So we wake up again being stitched together, and find out Crane took a piece of the mirror, so we couldn't use it to find him, and also he was seeing a witch who made the glamours for Lily to look like Snow White. So I decide to head to the Tweedle Twats office, since they were also looking for Crane. This gets another trophy. We then meet Flycatcher, who lets us inside, and we soon find a key which leads us to an underground area and shows evidence that Crane was giving money to someone called the Crooked Man. We then head to Holly's again and find Lily's notebook, which gives us information on the witch we are looking for, Auntie Greenleaf. So we get another trophy. Cut to me about to kick this door in, then Snow stops me, and luckily she did because a child answers the door. I know I'm a bad cop, but I'm not pure evil. So yeah, we basically invite ourselves in to look around. But just before we leave, I spot a glamour tube, which is used to change someone's appearance. So as we are opening it, the child gets a little bit too excited and, oh, she's a 90-year-old witch. Should have booted the door in. So yeah, she sells the glamours illegally. So Snow, being in a bad mood, decides we should burn the tree in her house to stop her making more. But again, because I'm not pure evil, I don't agree to do it. So that's me in the doghouse for a while. But we get another trophy. Cut to us back at the strip club, and Crane is trying to use a ring to make the girls say who killed Lily. But they can't because the ribbons stop them from saying certain things. Turns out the ring doesn't work, was probably a Haribo ring she sold him. But I see this as another chance to hit him, so... We then head outside and get ambushed by Bloody Mary. She's a tad unhinged. Oh. And she also brought Dumb and Dumber with her. So they start shooting me and well, that's me dead. Sight. So after a short time spamming X, I then finally get my hands on one of the walking, talking beanbags, and I have no hesitation in killing him. But our victory is short-lived because Bloody Mary shoots me in the back with a silver bullet. Snow White then comes in clutch and hands over Crane to keep me alive. I mean, I don't know why they didn't just kill me and take Crane, but who cares, I'm alive and we get another trophy. So we wake up half dead and being stitched together again. Pretty regular occurrence, so like any proper man, the only way you get over having your ass kicked is with a beer. But duty calls, and we go interview one of the girls who tries to tell us more. But as she explains, she can't because of the ribbon around her neck, and if you take it off, she dies. So she heavily implies that we should go check on Beauty and Beast, so we leave to do just that. This gets us another trophy. Once there, Beast is being a pain in the arse, but after persuading him, he finally lets us in. And it's then where he explains that both himself and Beauty have been doing side jobs for the Crooked Man because they need the money. I then leave to head to the pawn shop where Beauty works and get another trophy. Once at the pawn shop, we spot Toad trying to sell a donkey coat. Not something I ever thought I'd say, but we are here to find the woodman's axe. But Jack Hur says he hasn't seen it, so we hit him a smack for lying and also for wearing that stupid t-shirt. But before we can assault him some more, the Jersey Devil and Woody show up. Woody is also looking for his axe, so those two start fighting, but being the nice guy I am, I try split it up, but this results in the Jersey Devil turning into a Leshen. If you've played The Witcher 3, you know how on the money that is. Gaming references aside, Jersey starts attacking Woody, and we jump to our new best friend's help and start battering Jersey, but eventually Jersey gets the upper hand, but my old pal Woody comes in clutch.
Son of a bitch!
He then yaps about how the Crooked Man runs the town, blah blah. But me and Woody then have a nice moment for the first time in probably forever, and this gets us a trophy. Cut to us in the butcher's shop which the Crooked Man runs. So after the quickest investigation, we find a back room which was being used to make black market spells and glamours. The main thing we find here though is Crane's jacket. In his jacket, we find the missing piece of the mirror. This leads to us getting another trophy. So yeah, once we head back to the office, the entire family is arguing, so that's nothing new. So we end up fixing the mirror again. So we ask the mirror to locate Crane, and he does, but Bloody Mary is with him, and she just uses her hacks to render the magic mirror useless. Crane has some insane plot armor in this game. So the reason no one has been able to find the Crooked Man is the door to his hideout constantly moves. But using the magic mirror, he is able to show us the door's location after it moves. We get another trophy. Once we reach the door, we find out it's a magic portal, so of course we just run into it. Oh yeah, we meet Tiny Tim, and he leads us to the Crooked Man. We enter and realise that we must be in the right place because all the twats are here. So basically everyone in this room has been battered, arrested, or straight up bullied by me at one stage. But before I can give Jersey another kicking, the Crooked Man stops him. The Crooked Man is a cripple, so that will be a fun fight. Anyway, we light up a cig and get another trophy. I then hit Georgie again because it's sort of a tradition at this point. But then Bloody Mary enters through a mirror, but I didn't even say her name, so I feel like she's cheating. Oh, and she just somehow knows how to throw a spinning back kick. So the 3v1 starts, and we teach Tweedle Idiot not to play with knives, and then we teach Georgie the same lesson. 2 people getting stabbed just an average day in London. We then batter Jersey again and get another trophy. We then chase Georgie through the portal and stop him from driving away by turning into the Wolfman. We chase Georgie through the streets and do our best Temple Run impression, but finally follow him back to his club, which gets us another trophy. So he basically explains that Vivian here made these magic ribbons and gave them to all the different girls who work here, like Faith in the beginning, and this stops them from telling on the Crooked Man, etc. but if she removes hers, the rest of the girls will be free. Vivian then takes one for the team here and frees the other girls RIP. Georgie then gives us the location of the crooked man, before I decide to tickle him just a little with my claws. I'm sure he's okay. We then track the crooked man to a dodgy factory. Once inside, we are ambushed by this twat. So we try hit her and we swing and miss. It's now the second phase of this boss fight, and she turns into whatever that is. She then decides to play a game of hide and seek. Oh, it's okay, I found her. No, wait, she's there. Oh, there's like 300 of her, got it. Well, this is where I die. I imagine this is what it's like to fight 40 toddlers at once. If only I was able to turn into a massive wolf and kill everyone here. Oh, wait, I can. Bloody Mary then jumps off the top ropes, but it's swiftly denied, and then she gets chomped into pieces. Don't know why she didn't use those really overpowered silver bullets again, but oh well. We then get another trophy. We then disarm this skinny twat, and as much as I'd love to kill him right now, we decide to take him back for questioning. This gets us another trophy. Once we bring him back, the whole gang is here to interrogate him, but he immediately tries to talk his way out of it, until Narissa, one of Georgie's girls, comes forward and tells us everything. Since Vivian is dead, she can say whatever she wants. Crooked Man then hits me with a surprise attack, but then realizes we are literally a wolf in human form, and he's a cripple, so that goes well for him. So he gets tossed down the well, and I get another trophy. We then talk with Narissa at the end, and she basically reveals that she started the entire story off, and that she is Faith, or Faith was Narissa. It's one of those two, so we try follow her, but the game ends. This gets us the last trophy from the main story. We then get the last few trophies by making alternate choices, such as ripping Gren's arm off, investigating the mirror, going to Crane apartment first and not trying to sucker punch Bloody Mary. These all finish the Book of Fables and get us the final trophy. So yeah guys, that was the Platinum Trophy for Telltale's The Wolf Among Us. Genuinely a really good game with a unique story plus a straightforward and easy platinum. So what's not to like? Thanks for watching everyone, hopefully I'll see you in the next one.